In the past, I made a video talking about things that you can change to instantly become better at Counter-Strike 2, and you guys seem to like that. So today we are back with another video talking about things that you can instantly become better at by the end of this video, just by watching and understanding advice from a professional player and understanding kind of these things that you're doing wrong in the game that are really leading you to losing more games. You're not going to win every game you play. You're not going to be a professional player by the end of this video, but you will at least have something that you can work on and improve and have a focus for your next matches, and you will see an increase in your win rate. But before we get into that, I do have to give you a message from the sponsor of today's video.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, COJO. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
Okay, so there is some very simple things that I see players from Faceit level 1 all the way up to Faceit level 10 pro players doing. Literally, and I know this because they're mistakes that even I'm making, and I've gotten myself all the way up to 3rd on Faceit in North America this season. So the first thing that I want you guys to stop doing that is really hurting you and making it so that you're losing more rounds and situations that you shouldn't be is over peaking because you are bored or have a man advantage situation and you think the round is unlosable. Now, one thing I've learned in Faceit pugs and matchmaking games is every round is losable, because if you peek and die, your teammates are just going to end up throwing the round and doing the same thing. So for all of you guys solo queuing out there, you have to get super good at this, because if you don't do this properly, then you're going to get upset. You're going to get mad because you're going to watch players just end up trolling. So what am I talking about? I'm talking like when we're in a 4v2 situation, we have the bomb planted as the T's and the round's practically over. How are the CTs going to win in a 2v4? Well, you know, for starters, instead of just playing safe and, you know, playing like an angle like Firebox, just holding the run in here, you know, doing this kind of thing, what are we doing instead? We're peeking CT for no reason. We're peeking jungle. We're trying to knife out and run at them to try to get the frag and get the kills. And this kind of segues into another point. Stop playing for kills. If you truly want to win the game, it sounds so simple, but you are not in a Call of Duty lobby. You are not trying to max your scores, set records like that. That will come naturally, and you over peaking in these situations and stuff, you're not always going to get punished. You're going to win, you know, a good majority of these rounds, as you should, because you're the man advantage situation. But you are going to throw some games so hard because you're overheating, and instead of just sitting Firebox like you should, you're literally running at them to try to win the round and get the game over. And that brings me on to another point. Is players do not understand economy enough inside of this game, and this is instantly something you can do to improve, right? It's the same reason why we're not peeking Firebox here, because it's a 4v2. At the end of the day, every gun matters, and if you can keep building your economy, it is so valuable to you, right? So what does that mean? It means when we are on low HP, this is one of my favorite things to do, because it is just a 200 IQ smart move to do. Subscribe to Kojima. No, that's not the 200 IQ, but I would appreciate it, because most of people who watch these videos are not subscribed. When I am on low HP and it's like a 5v2 or 5v3, I am literally, for the most part, unless I have to go out and die, like for the team, right? Because we need trades or something. If we already have the round secured, the bomb's like getting planted or something, instead of being the guy out here playing aggro with 10 HP or 3 HP, however much I have, I am now putting myself into a passive, safe role, like holding the flank. Or, you know, like just playing back here, waiting for retake, right? Just getting info, doing all these things. Why? Because me on 10 HP, if we already have the round 1, there is no reason for me to risk my life running at people and trying to die for no reason, right? That just makes no sense economically. It also warms up the other player. When you're running at them on low HP and they're killing you, you're giving them confidence. A lot of people don't realize that confidence is so important in these games, and when you give people confident kills to get back into it, it really hurts your chances to roll over the teams and win like 13-0, right? So when you're on low HP and you've already won the round, get out of there and play safe. Too many people just want to ego peek and run at them even on low HP, and it's just not worth it at all, guys. Now, the caveat to this rule is, and it's something I don't see people understanding, even my own like ECL teammates and other people at times, is the caveat to this, guys, is when the half is almost over. Say there's 2 rounds left in the half or 3 rounds left in the half, and your team is pretty much on max money. One thing that I will do in this case is if we are on like max money with 3 rounds left in the half or 2 rounds left, I will literally just throw my op at like somewhere, either try to find a rifle. If not, great, I just have my pistol, and I run at the other team because their money is low, right? And if I die, I'm on max money and I already have enough money to buy the next rounds, right? There's literally 0 risk, because the worst thing that happens is if I die with a tech 9 or something, who cares? But the upside is so much more worth it. So that is the caveat. I don't want you guys to overthink it too much, but genuinely those are 2 little micro tips that you can adjust and start winning more games just purely off of that, right? Now, one thing I want you guys to stop doing too, that kind of leads into the first point, is re-peaking so much, right? And I'm culprit of this. This is why I say it's valuable for every single level. If you want to win more games, changing up your looks is so important, especially for you oppers out there. If you start window, you get that kill, you float around somewhere else and do something, and communicate with your team. If you're not communicating while doing this, it is pointless. Be like, hey guys, I'm rotating around ticket here, rotating around CT, boom, now we're good, right? Just overall super good to do. I see way too many players just being super predictable, and especially, you know, riflers. We can look at riflers for a second too. You can start to pick up on habits. Too many guys are losing games because you're too predictable. I've seen A players go sandwich as many rounds as they can. Well, what is that? What are we gonna do? We're gonna molly sandwich, or worse, we're gonna know, okay, he just likes to go sandwich. He's the A player. They're not like watching it at all. And boom, now we can just come up here and kill him. So when you're way too predictable, you're losing more games, and it might be frustrating because you're like, how is the enemy so good? How are they, you know, killing me all the time? Because you're way too predictable. Now, I don't want you to just play like an idiot and run around and do whatever, but changing up your looks, having different things you can fall into is super sick, and giving the other team just as many looks as possible is always great. Now, lastly, I do want to talk about one of the biggest mistakes, but it's so simple and every single player out there can improve from this, is using the utility that you buy. Why is this such a big thing? I see so many people buy a full belt of utility, right? So we sit here and we buy a full belt of utility, and then literally our plan is like rush palace, and we rush palace and we just die, right? Well, we just wasted so much money, right? And now it's T-side, so the prices aren't right, but we wasted $600 on a incendiary, $300 on HE, you know, smoke flash. It's just like pointless money we're wasting. I see way too many people buying all of these nades and then just running in and dying. Whenever you can, guys, use your utility, right? If you're on a CT and you're retaking the site, dude, your smoke and your molly is so valuable, right? These things can win you the round, right? Your utility can really win the round, and especially if it's late round, any chip damage you can get is going to give you a chance to win. I've had so many times where I just throw in HE, kills the guy, and now we're in the retake. Now we're in. And guys, you have to use your utility because, like I said, these are gems. I've won so many rounds too by using a smoke to pressure and force. I tap the bomb like I'm defusing it, and then now this guy is panicking and running out. I see way too many like level 6 through 9 and low level 10 players have a smoke, have a molly, but they refuse to use it because they're so pressured and they think that they just need to shoot. You don't need to shoot. This stuff is so valuable and it's going to win you games. Right there, that is stuff that you can do to instantly be better at this game. By the end of this video, no skill required. Genuinely start, you know, working on these concepts and you will improve. You will get better. In the least, you will have a better understanding of Counter-Strike. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I encourage you to check out the other videos on my channel. I have lots of good stuff out there. There's something for everyone to learn from. So appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to keep grinding. Hopefully you'll see me at the top one day. I want to make it in this game, and I will do my best to be up there with the, you know, big names in the scene. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Keep grinding, keep working hard, and stay positive.